Guys, this matter is really getting more interesting by the day. Like at this point, I don't even think it's just about co-parenting anymore because it looks like years of misunderstandings, public drama, and damaged relationships. Like they are finally catching up with everyone involved. From everything that's been circulating online, it appears that the relationship between Sophia Momodu and Davido's family is nowhere near what it used to be, because there was a time people believed she had a decent relationship with some members of the Adeleke family, especially before Davido settled down and officially married Shoma. But ever since that marriage happened, many people have noticed that things seem to have changed completely. Like these days, it doesn't look like there's any visible closeness between Sophia and the Adeleke family anymore. Even the sisters, like who people once believed were cordial with her, they don't seem to be publicly connected to her the way they once were. Whether that's intentional or simply people reading too much into social media, nobody can say for certain. But the speculation has not stopped. Now, here's where the conversation becomes even more interesting. But before we dive in, I want to welcome you all to Priscy Gist, where we share all the celebrity gist, everything going on, the hot trending gist going on in the Nollywood industry. So please do well to click on that subscribe button below because we bring you the hottest celebrity updates, trending gossip, and the stories everyone is talking about. So if it's making headline, you will hear it here first. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Anyway, let's get straight into today's video because today's video is actually one of those kind of video because finally Sophia Momodo decided to speak up. Yes, she decided to speak up and it has been trending everywhere. A lot of people have been talking about it. So a lot of people believe Sophia has allowed frustration and disappointment to influence some of her public actions over the years. Like every time another issue comes up involving Davido, social media immediately becomes divided. One side believes that she's simply fighting for herself and her daughter. The other side feels she's just constantly bringing private matters into the public space, creating unnecessarily controversy around the Adeleke family. Again, these are opinions that have been widely shared online. But once public perception begins to form, changing it becomes very difficult, most especially when she comes out to say that she's not going to allow any woman another woman raise her daughter. Some people even argue that every disagreement somehow ends up becoming another headline, and because of that, they believe that the relationship between Sophia and Davido's family gradually became worse over time. Now, let's talk about what's currently making headline because the latest disagreement revolves around Imade's proposed vacation, and according to several online discussions, Sophia wants to travel with her daughter for a vacation. On the surface, that sounds completely normal. Parents travel with their children all the time. However, Davido has placed certain conditions regarding international travel involving imade. Because of these conditions, the planned vacations had not gone ahead, and nobody outside the family directly involved knows the exact details of those conditions, and it's important not to speculate beyond what's publicly discussed. But whatever the situation is, it has apparently created another major disagreement. So, communication between Davido and Sophia has become much more limited than before. So, instead of frequent direct conversations, they are now strict boundaries whenever discussions about co-parenting arise. And that's where things supposedly become even more complicated. Yes, because Sophia is hoping members of their delicate family can help convince Davido to approve the vacation so that she will join. But think about that for a second. If that report is true, it would mean the same family many people believed she has fallen out with, and now the very people she may need to reach out to. But here's the question everybody is asking: would they even get involved? Because it's as if the whole family are just pum, 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 they are just getting away from her. You understand? Some people say that family should always put a child's happiness first, and according to them, regardless of whatever disagreement adults may have had in the past, the should not be involved. Like, if everyone can come together to make things easier for her, then they should. So, another thing people keep on mentioning is that once trust is broken, rebuilding it can take years. And it's easy to assume family members will always forgive and step in whenever needed, but real life isn't always that simple. Some online people believe that Sophia may have unintentionally damaged certain relationships through previous public disputes, bringing everything online and all of that. A whole lot of things have been going on. The truth is that social media only shows pieces of a much bigger story. None of us are present during private conversations. None of us know that what agreements exist between the both parents. It's just what she brings out to the social media that we all see. So, what do we do? I mean, what do we know? What we know is that every new development involving Davido and Sophia becomes one of the biggest discussions online. One side will support Davido, the other side supports Sophia, and somewhere in the middle is a little girl whose well-being should remain the priority for everyone involved. And as for the Adeleke family, whether they choose to get involved or remain completely neutral is ultimately their personal decision. You understand? Family dynamics are rarely simple, especially when they are constantly being discussed in public. At the end of the day, people can only hope that whatever decision is eventually reached is one that genuinely serves Imad's best interest. Now, I want to hear from you guys. If you are in Davido's position, would you approve the vacation? Involving the mother, knowing what she's always on and all about. So, tell me your thoughts. Drop your thoughts. If you're a member of the Adeleke family, would you step in? Would you step in to meditate, or would you stay completely out of the situation? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, but let's keep the discussion respectful because at the end of the day, we are talking about real life and real child. Drop your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.